Hey everybody, Ecto Eric here. Hope you're doing well. So, I got this really good two-part question from my very good buddy from the Trash Picture Show 1814. Check him out. He's great in this community. He helps a lot of people out, always giving shout outs, always like there to give comments and feedback and stuff. So really good channel. Check him out, please. So his two-part question, dude, you really like got me thinking. I couldn't answer you in the response. I have to do this. I'd be typing. I'd still be typing from yesterday. So it says Eric, which iteration, be it the movies or cartoon, is your favorite Ghostbuster? It's Peter from both. It's I love Peter and I love Winston. I because I can relate to either one of them. I can't really relate to Ray or to Egon. I'm not that smart. So those two I can relate to. So I just love both of them, and they both have like witty comebacks and stuff where Egon and Ray really don't. Sometimes Egon does, but Ray's more the kid kind of, you know, innocent, doing stupid things and stuff. But so it's definitely Peter and Winston, I like those two. That was a good one. Now this one was a little actually definitely harder. Also, what is your favorite episode of the animated series? Now, everyone knows I love the real Ghostbusters. I thought that was such a way to flush out stories and characters because all we had in 84 was the movie. There was nothing. We had no toys. There was just nothing. So what you got, that was it. So the cartoon actually helped drive. Of course, toys were incredible. I still have my original Ecto 1. This is mine. I got this with probably birthday money or whatever. Still have it. The only thing I'm missing is the ghost, but the winch still works in the back. I still got the chair. I love this thing. And I have one that I bought a couple years ago, still sealed in a box. It's over there somewhere. I might open that up because I'm not a really inbox collector, so I might crack that open. Now, let's get to the meat of this. I can't just pick one. I'm going to pick my two top. And these two I thought were so well done. Uh, that my number one is called Citizen Ghost. And what that is a reporter comes to the firehouse and interviews Peter. Now, Peter is, he wants all the attention. So when she interviews just him, and the other three are like, why just him? Whatever. Let Peter have his moment. So during the interview, and she's a very attractive reporter, so he brings her into the to his area, and they start talking, and so she asked him. So I can't think of the questions, but as she's talking to him, Slimer's hanging around, right? And she's not bothered by Slimer. She's a reporter. She finds him interesting. So it starts off right after the battle with Gozer. Right after they still got their movie uniforms on. They're walking through the destroyed firehouse, and as they're walking in, they're discussing, okay, we got to fix the place, and we got to, rebuild the containment unit first, and then we're going to make it bigger. That's why it's bigger in a cartoon. If you listen to the dialogue, that's why it's massive. And I'm glad they made that sucker massive. That is just like so cool to see it like 2 stories tall. So, which wouldn't make sense because it wouldn't fit in the basement. But anyways, that's the logic of people complain. Well, what's from a box? It's the cartoon, dude. So, anyways, so their uniforms are covered with marshmallow. So Egon tells Peter, take our uniforms, destroy them because they're really full of, uh, you know, ectoplasm and they could cause problems. So he's like, yeah. Peter, Mr. Lazy, he takes the uniforms, puts them in a box, he kicks them next to the back of the containment unit. After they repair it, there's a small little leak, and that energy gets onto the uniforms, and guess what? That's when you get the spectral Ghostbusters, the ones that glow, the ones that I showed a few days ago, and they become the mirror universe, because they're going to wipe out the real Ghostbusters because they're ghosts and they're humans, so it's going to be reversed. Now, as the story goes on, he ends up talking about Slimer because she goes, well, how did Slimer come to live with you? So he said, after the destruction, he ended up following them, And then as the story progressed, he's the one that actually saved the Ghostbusters. He distracted the spectral ones, wasting their energy so they could get the remaining proton pack, the spare that had a little bit of a charge, to take those guys out. So Slimer risked himself, save it. So just good story. I like it. Now my second favorite, and it was close. The second favorite is called Ragnar Rock and Roll, um, and that basically is this guy named Jeremy who had a relationship had ended. Uh, he wanted to hurt the world back because since he was hurt, so he found out how to summon this demon to give him powers to destroy the world. And he's got his best friend named Attilio, which is he's a Quasimodo, disfigured human, right? So they travel to this place up in this mountain. He, begs this demon. He gets the powers. He changes, of course, because now the demon has possession of him. He gives him a flute, and when he plays the music of the flute, brings on the end of the world. So he goes to New York City, and as things start happening, the Ghostbusters are realizing that these creatures that they're fighting are becoming stronger, and they shouldn't be like this. So of course, Egon was looking at his maps and charts and dial, and all his scientific stuff. Finds out that everything's happening from the center of this apartment building. So they go there, and it's this woman that her ex-boyfriend is causing all the problems. She said, "Oh, he sent me this parchment, and it says, the end of the world is coming." So Egon takes out his PKE, and he goes to get readings of it, and the thing starts overloading. He's all, "Get down!" He throws it out the window, and the freaking explodes outside. And she goes, "Is your equipment always this dangerous?" And he goes, "Not always." Kind of funny. So they end up tracking the guy down on top of a rooftop, and he's powerful. So their proton packs ain't having no effect on this guy, and his girlfriend ends up following the Ghostbuster to the rooftop, and they realize that there's nothing they can really do, so they set their proton packs to overload. And Ray's like, "Well, yeah, that will take out him, but it'll take out us, and probably half a mile too, with everybody in it. But there's no way to save the world. We have to do this." So she tries to reason with her ex-boyfriend because he's not hearing it. So something happens where his best friend Attilio gets knocked down and almost falls off the side of the building. So Jeremy snaps out, tries to help him, and Quasimodo, Attilio is his name. I like that name, Attilio. Tells him, "Just, I don't want to be your friend. Just let me go. You're not. You say the world hurt you. Well, look at me. I'm disformed, ugly, and I have more humanity than you ever will." Just this is a kid's show, and that was great dialogue. So he ends up snapping out of it and using the flute to reverse the demon that's actually above them now, weakens him enough so the Ghostbusters could take him out with their proton pack. So really good episode. And the music in that episode is incredible. Check it out. You can watch it on YouTube. That's Ragnar Rock and Roll. Check it out. I mean, watch it. Just the music alone is freaking awesome. The music in the real Ghostbusters doesn't get any credit. It's really good. Really good. So I want to thank you very much for that question. Please check out his channel. He's cool. Hope I didn't take up too much of your time because I ramble. But yeah, so the real Ghostbusters is, I love the movies. Don't get me wrong. I love Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I even like Afterlife and Frozen Empire was good. But the first one's always going to be my favorite movie. That was just, you can't reproduce that. So, all right, everybody. I hope that answered your question, my friend. Thank you. Check him out. I'll put his link down there. So take care. Keep collecting. Peace.